I've been thinking a little bit lately about bullying on YouTube. And I guess what really got me to thinking about it is, well, pretty much ever since the new monetization rules came out, there's kind of been this us versus them kind of thing between the small channels and the big channels. And it's going to happen anyway. No matter where you are, I think you'll find this built-in competition, this need to differentiate between us and them. If it's at work on first shift and second shift, or the people on the floor and the people in the office. If it's Dallas against Fort Worth, or Texas against Oklahoma, or the South against the North, or the United States against Canada, or North America against Europe, if we ever did find life on other planets, the first thing some people would do is come up with reasons why we're better than them and why we need to be against them. And by the way, if you think that's just an American thing, take in a soccer game in Europe sometime. You want to see us versus them. Holy cow, there's people in Great Britain that are still pissed at the Germans, But when you take that I have to knock somebody down a peg kind of mentality, and you add it to, well, this person is doing better than I am, this person has gone farther than I have, and you add I guess I'll call it a benefit of the anonymity of the internet, where you can just go create another account and go to somebody's channel and just act like a complete horse's ass. And nothing really comes back on you. That's where being one of the bigger channels, it makes you a bigger target. As I'm sure people like, well, look down here with us, What's Paranormal, Sean Rockin' Boxes, these channels that are now getting close to and up over 2,000 subscribers, or to use somebody else, somebody like Breaking the Shell, James the Fan, which I guess James Fan, he's got quite a few subscribers. I'm not sure how many he has, but I mean, compared to people that have like 5 and 6 and 7 million, they're still kind of small, but they're bigger than us anyway. As they're finding out, as you get bigger, you start drawing more people. When you start drawing more people, the crap tends to rise to the top. And it's not like they can really hurt you. They can just annoy you. They're just children with, unsupervised children with internet access is all they are. I would not be surprised to find that most of these trolls are just 11-year-old kids that have nothing better to do. If most of them, their nuts haven't even dropped, and their mom won't let them out of the house, so they just get on the internet and annoy people. But that doesn't change the fact that they can say hurtful things. And most of them are kind of uninventive. I mean, if the smartest thing you can think of to say is to call somebody fat, well then, maybe you need to be sent back to 3rd grade and take that year over again. But I guess what really got me thinking about it was, the us versus them, the small YouTubers against the big YouTubers. Even though the big YouTubers, it's not like it's their fault that YouTube changed all the rules and decided to make it harder on smaller channels. But just think about if you get a troll every now and then, if you get somebody that comes in and says something stupid once in a while. At this point, I have not had to deal with that very much. I've had some dislikes, but nobody has really said anything to me. I know others have had to deal with it, but just think about how often you have to deal with it, and then you get somebody like, and well, let me just go ahead and say, the channel I'm talking about, the channel that I saw it on was Graveyard Girl. Yes, I do occasionally watch a little Graveyard Girl. And yes, I do sometimes wonder if it's just me and a bunch of 14-year-old girls, but I think she's very entertaining. She's very funny. I like her does this thing really work videos, which she's saying she's going to get back to doing stuff like that. Now she does the hair and makeup stuff. I don't really get much out of that, but she brought it up. I saw where she had brought it up, and she was talking about, you just kind of try to let it go, but it doesn't change the fact that when you wake up and you check your page and you've got like 200 comments of people just being nasty and hateful, it's still gonna sting, So you just think about those of us down here, we're getting one every now and then. Or, the people that live stream, they have the jackasses that don't have anything better to do coming in their live stream and trying to disrupt it. I still need to contact YouTube about that because I had an idea for a way to combat that. But we get one every now and then. Well, now just think about coming in, getting online every day and getting 200, 300 comments just being hateful, useless pieces of shit that have nothing better to do than insult you. And the only reason they're doing it is because you're there. And some of them probably doing it because they envy your position. I know some of the people that have like around 1,000 subscribers or more, they certainly have, some of them are certainly getting a dose of envy. Now just imagine having to deal with people that are envious of 8 billion subscribers. In a lot of ways, since I was a kid, the bullying has, it's gotten better in a way. I know. Well, I'll put it to you this way: that it seems like there are fewer kids that bully now, but the ones that still do it are 3 times as bad as the ones that did it when I was a kid. And I think part of that reason being, like when I was a kid, even the bullies kind of had a sense of respect for your parents or an adult, whereas a lot of teenagers today, they don't have respect for anybody. In this age of entitlement, where these little, I'm trying to come up with a word that's not too harsh, and I can't do it. These small-minded little individuals who have grown up with the internet and seem to think that the world didn't spin until their butts came along. Have no respect for anybody, and so it's it's like the gates are just thrown open, and they're so much worse than the bullies when I was a kid. And of course, you know, that is one thing about it, bullying when I was younger. And of course, you know, I'm a pretty big guy now. Growing up, I was not this big. I was skinny, scrawny, you know, 150 pounds soaking wet. So, you know, there was a lot more physical bullying going on than maybe there is today. But plenty of verbal bullying as well. And of course, there's still some physical bullying going on. I think the physical bullying now is kind of centered more on people who try to justify it. It's more college, you know, the hazing and stuff like that. But it seems to be a lot worse than it used to be too. Some of the stories I've heard of what college kids make you do, I guess they feel they have to be a little bit worse than the ones that came before them. At least you're not that guy. I don't know. That just crossed my mind, and I don't really know what you could possibly do about it, other than do your best to let it go, and just keep in mind that you're a lot smarter than they are. They're certainly not going to get anywhere in life being the way they are. They may think they're the reason that the earth is spinning, but eventually they're going to find out that's not the case. I'll tell you what, let's put it this way. If there is a troll or a bully or anything like that wants to come into this video and come into this comment section and say something stupid, say something hateful, how about you just not be a coward about it? How about you post your picture? Post your name. You're gonna act like you got big balls. Prove that you got big balls. We know you don't have a brain, so we don't have to worry about that. Just prove that you're not a spineless little twit. Let us know who you are. How about you use your regular account that you got here on YouTube instead of going and making a phony one? Wow, that took a sudden turn, didn't it? I guess I just don't like people that hide behind that veil of anonymity. They're such cowards. Oh well, I'm almost home. But that's what was on my mind today. Well, if you're new and you're not a troll, hell, even if you are a troll, subscribe. Come on back. If you're already subscribed, I appreciate you watching the video. Appreciate a thumbs up. Appreciate any feedback I get. If you are new and you're not a troll, whatever. Check out the other videos. I appreciate you watching, and I will see you next time.